Coming to you live from Southern California, we've got baseball on the show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Los Angeles Angels. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Chung. Well, Single, as we come into this one, it's all about the sweep.
Yeah, and anytime there's a chance for the Bruins to come out, the pressure is definitely on. We'll see if they can find a way to salvage at least one in this series.
First pitch coming your way next. And getting the start for the Angels, Grayson Rodriguez. What do we have on him?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Okay, all set to go. Here's George Springer. And we're off and running from Anaheim.
Good zip on that fastball at the bottom of the zone. If he's there all day, it's going to be a tough one for the hitters.
And that one hammered way back there. And it hits the base of the wall. Into second safely. It's a leadoff double to start the game.
Just about got it out of here down the line to left. So I'm sure he wishes he could have put a little more behind it, but he's got to feel good about that missile off the wall.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now, and that one clips the corner. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the third and final game of the series. Right through there for a strike. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Sent down on strikes. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. So they've still got both their challenges. Man at second. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch. Tailing away from the hitter, lowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. Tell you what, that's a tremendous two-strike pitch.
Alejandro Kirk will hit next.
Yep.
On the ground to first. Base hit. Fires it to the plate. Safe at home.
he's in there.
And the runner scores from second. On the board first, it's 1-0.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Runner on at first with one gone. Now the Toronto four-hole hitter, Dalton Varsho. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Varsho with a homer in his last game. And that drops in for a strike. Oh, great stop. Throw to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
Batting fifth, third baseman, Addison Barger.
So up next for Toronto, Addison Barger. Fastball for a strike.
That's the ball.
Runner at second, 2 down.
Ball.
Pitch
Ball.
misses. 3-1.
They've got him working a little harder in this first frame than he anticipated.
And ball
Ball
4
4.
to a
Take your
board.
base.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
The designated hitter, David Schneider.
First and second, 2 outs. Davis Schneider next up for the Blue Jays. Hitless in the series so far. He's 0 for 7. That one misses. That's 5 straight.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage. It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
That's a check.
Schneider
What do you
checks a
got?
swing. Now it appeal to first. Yes, he did. That's a swing. 2 on, 2 outs. Got it. Swinging. It's a strikeout. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Angels coming up. Back here at Angel Stadium, and the starter for Toronto, Shane Bieber. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
Leading off, Nolan Schanuel. Just
Ball
off the
outside.
outside edge, and that's ball 1. Base hit center field. And the tying run is on base.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Kyren Paris digs in now. Swing and a bouncer towards third. Off balance feet, there's 1. And that's
No,
a double
you're
play.
out.
Wow.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Base is empty after the double play. Christian Moore, the next to hit for the Angels.
Ball.
Chop to the left side. Play made. That ends the inning. Angels held in check. They're down 1-0. New inning getting started, and now for the Jays, Jesus Sanchez. That clips the corner.
That's not the first time they've watched a fastball zip by for a strike. I don't know if they're taking intentionally in those spots, but I'd like to see them more aggressive with those pitches.
And quickly 1 away in the second.
Batting 8, shortstop, Andres Jimenez.
Here's Andres Jimenez. Popped up. Moore under this one. And there's 2 away.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
So up next for Toronto, Leo Jimenez.
He's been tearing it up at the plate recently. Working on a 5-game hitting streak. Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
Just
Outside,
missed.
ball 2.
And a breaking ball
D-Rod.
drops in for a strike.
It's a good changeup to hit up in the zone. I don't think he recognized it. I'm sure he'd love to have that one back.
Ball three.
Inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And there's a base hit to left.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some
Ball one.
holes.
Springer in the box for the second time. 1 ball, no strikes.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
Ball two.
Stays alive. Pitch
Ball
misses.
three.
Ball 3.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
So a walk puts runners at first and second.
Not what he wanted to do right there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive, puts a runner in the scoring position, and a chance for this offense to add on to their lead.
Guerrero in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. First and second, 2 down. Here at the top of the second. Close
Ball
one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees, and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there in the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
He's got it, and that is that. So they strand a pair. Down to the bottom of the second. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Angels nothing. Back in Anaheim, and now it's the Angels cleanup batter, Bryce Teodosio. That's in for a strike.
Ball down.
Kenny Jansen doing home plate duties in this one.
Not a huge strike zone from Jansen, so he can't really be called a pitcher's umpire, but he does like the bottom part of the strike zone. We may see some pitchers steal a few strikes down there, especially the ones right below the knees. That's if their
Ball
catcher
inside.
can present it properly.
That's a strike. And he chases that one. 1 away. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him on base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Zach Neto now at the plate. No hits in the shutout last night. That one fouled off. And the 0-1. There's a swing and a drive. Bangs off the wall. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
One out, runner at second. Josh Lowe, the next to hit for the Angels. And that one fouled off.
Well, the offense really struggled last night. I mean, it was awful. So I think picking up a run right here, that's going to get them going a little bit.
Man at second. foul ball. He stays alive. The 1-2.
Ball 2.
Ground ball right side. Jimenez tosses to first. 2 away.
Batting 7. Catcher, Travis d'Arnaud.
Here comes Travis d'Arnaud. Swing and a ground ball. That's a base hit. In to score for third. It's an RBI single. We're tied at 1.
Huge game-tying at bat right there. Came through in a big spot to drive in the run. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
2 outs, runner on first. And now it's going to be Jorge Soler. Left field, way back there. Carrying well. Makes the catch up against the wall. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. All even at 1 apiece. Back in the ballpark where we're on sweep alert, Siggy. We came on the air talking about that, and so far, neither team is backing down.
Nobody wants to be on the wrong end of a sweep. For one team, it's about making a statement, and for the other, it's about salvaging respect.
Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. And that one is lifted in the air. Paris on the move to the alley. And a quick out, number 1. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Here's Dalton Varsho now. His dad, Gary, a former big leaguer. Dalton named after Gary's former teammate,
Ball.
Darren Dalton, the great Phillies catcher. Oh, look at the stop. To first. Nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Blue Jays, third baseman Addison Barger.
Now the third baseman, Addison Barger. Walked his first time. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Ball.
Out towards right center field. Reaching for it and breaks it in. Home half of the third coming up. Tied at 1. Back here at Angel Stadium. So in now for the Angels, Oswald Peraza. Yeah, that's fouled off. The 1-1. Swings through that one out in front that time. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
Ball 2.
Next
Ball
pitch is
three.
downstairs. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And a payoff pitch. It's a leadoff
Ball four,
walk.
outside. Take your
And that's the
base.
go-ahead run.
Very close off the outside corner. Could have easily been called a strike in that location.
Back to the top of the Angels lineup. Nolan Shotwell, the next to hit. 1 for 1. He led off the bottom of the first with a single. Quick toss to first. And he's back safely. This one kicks away a little as he can't squeeze it. Runner holds. Count goes to 2-1. To the right side.
foul.
And that's just foul. Tied up here in the early going. And that's a strikeout looking. Shotwell wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball. And that one just barely missed. The call is overturned. They'll keep both their challenges. Payoff pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Peraza gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
This guy will throw any pitch in any count. 3-2. He goes off speed. Gets the out.
And next for L.A., Kyren Paris. He's 0 for 1. Swinging a foul out of play. Man at first, one away. Now a quick throw to first. And he's in there. He's back in safely. Here's the pitch. Runner on the goal. Swing and a miss. Goal save. That's a stolen base.
Well, we all know this team is struggling right now, and sometimes you just got to do something different to generate some offense. A little more aggressive right there to put the pressure on the opponent. We'll see if it pays off on the scoreboard for this team.
Man at second. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. He makes the grab. Runner tags at second, and he moves up to third. Now 2 away.
Up next for the Angels, third baseman,
Christian Moore getting ready to hit. Grounded out his first time.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
And fouled off.
If you're going to be a championship type of ball club, you've got to hit with runners in scoring position. And after last night's struggles, I'm sure this team is chomping at the bit to have this kind of opportunity here early in this game. So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
2 outs and a runner at third here in the last half of the third.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Fastball is outside. Bryce Teodosio in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Payoff pitch. Swings and misses. Struck him out. Huge strikeout there. Angels lead 1. Still tied 1-1. for tuning in. Sweet warning, Singy, sweet warning.
Not so fast, though. Seeing quite the battle so far. It's always toughest to close out a series because pride kicks in on the other side.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike one. And Chris, his home run numbers this season are good enough to rank him in the top 10 in the league.
No. Inside.
Not close with that one. Ball three.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the
That's a
driver's
ball.
seat with
Take
the
your
3-1
base.
count.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk. And next for Toronto, Jesus Sanchez. In there for strike one.
There was a high-velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
Ground ball right side, could be two. Peraza over to second, on the first double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Base is empty after the double play. Andres Gimenez next up for the Blue Jays. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. That one finds the corner. 0-2 down.
Ball.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Tied 1-1. Ready to go, bottom 4. So now the Angel cleanup hitter, Bryce Teodosio.
You know,
That's
these
a strike.
Angels doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
That one finds the zone. That is strike 2.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 1-2. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Gets to it onto first. Gets him. 1 away on a drop third strike.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He set him up with a high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
Zach Neto will hit next. A double and a run scored his first time up.
Ball.
All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Gimenez on to first, 2 away.
Up next for the Angels, left fielder Josh.
Now the left fielder Josh Lowe grounded out his first time up. On the ground. Into the outfield, base hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Up next
Here is Darno.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so far.
Fastball for a strike. And time called prior to the 0-1. Gets him to chase after that one.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
In the air to left center. And that will end the inning. Angels strand one. Score remains deadlocked at 1. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point.
Well, these Blue Jays finding ways to get on base, but they still need help driving them home. They only have one hit with runners in scoring position, so a lot of squandered opportunities. It's tough because those are moments you just can't get back.
Fights it off. He'll see another. 0-2 now. Chopper right side. Peraza to first, and the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th.
And you got to give some credit to the other side as well. They've been able to get out of a few tough jams, but frustration is mounting for this offense, no doubt.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Now it's the right fielder, George Springer.
This game has been so tight, feels like the next team to score will win it.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And they have their first hit since the 2nd inning.
Up next for the Blue Jays,
Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Springer on the run.
I think a good throw to second base has a chance to catch him right there. So that's a throw he's going to want back behind the dish. And you roll the dice when you send the runner, but oftentimes you're trying to force some action, and it worked out great for him right there.
That's inside. And a swing and a miss there.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
Skips in, and excellent work to corral that one. Could have been dangerous. Oof. That one went straight back and got our ump right in the mask. Let's hope he's okay. Sets him down looking. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Well, that was such a great opportunity to grab the lead. You had the infield back. All you've got to do is just put the ball in play on the ground, and you drive across a run. It's a frustrating outcome for the hitter. Now, still have a chance, but it's probably going to take a clutch hit with 2 outs.
Kerr in the box now. Takes strike 1. 2 down. Go ahead run and scoring position. And that is out of play.
It's so hard to slow yourself down when you see that juicy breaking ball, but the most success happens when you try to take that right back up the middle approach.
And Captain Kirk goes down on strikes.
Well, this guy competes hard. You see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the DH for the Angels, Jorge Soler. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. And a good start to the inning.
Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Oswald Peraza, the next to hit for the Angels.
Ball one.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
That's to third, Barger. Good feed, that's one. Over to first, safe.
Tough play right there. Didn't really have enough time to set his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Had to rush it, but he got it off, and he got it there in time to get that out at second base.
Now it's the Angels leadoff man, Nolan Shotwell. 1 for 2. Quick move to first, and he's back in there.
Ball one.
One away. Tie game. Go-ahead run stands at first.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
Line drive, base hit. And they'll have runners at the corners after a one-out single.
Well, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high-leverage spot right there. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
So digging in, Kyren Paris. Fouls away the first offering.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
2 on, 1 out. Swing and a miss.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
Struck him out looking.
Just locked him up right there for the second out, and that's an at-bat he's probably going to be thinking about for a little while. Didn't pull the trigger. Not how you want to go down in an RBI spot, so now you got to hope your teammate behind you can pick you up.
Christian Moore, the next to hit for the Angels. Fouls away the first offering. Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run.
Ball.
Got him swinging for the strikeout.
Couple of strikeouts with runners on. Sometimes you got to really bear down, and he did just that. Nice job of getting out of the jam and out of the inning.
Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. Number 70 will take over here.
Definitely a guy that pounds the strike zone, makes hitters earn their way on base, and rarely gets in trouble because of free passes.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. He's grounded out a couple of times.
Yeah.
And
foul.
foul ball. He goes down looking. And now for the Jays, Addison Barger.
Third baseman, Addison Barger.
Ball.
All tied up, and we're the top half of the sixth. Foul ball there. Ball to strike. The pitch. That one fouled off. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
Next is the designated hitter, Davis Schneider.
Ball. That's too
Well,
high.
they kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Reaches over the wall, and he's got it! Blue Jays go down in order. Score remains tied 1-1. Well, we go bottom 6, and now it's the Angels cleanup bat, Bryce Teodosio. That one to first, and it goes just foul.
You know, these Angels looking to string together better at bats when they have runners on, but it just hasn't happened for them yet. They only have 1 hit with runners in scoring position, so a lot of squandered opportunities. It's tough because those are moments you just can't get back.
That's the ball.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Ball.
That's ripped into the outfield. 1 down.
Up next for the Angels.
Now it's the shortstop, Zach Neto.
Did he swing?
Tries to hold up, appeal to first, did not go. Chris, he's currently the team leader in stolen bases. The 1-0. Hard hit left side. Over to first.
He's out.
Got the out. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. That's it for Shane Bieber, and a nice effort out of him, no doubt. New arm coming on. We'll be back for that in a moment.
Now pitching for
New
Toronto.
pitcher on now, Braden Fisher.
Braden Fisher.
Next to hit, Josh Lowe. And there's a foul ball. Two down, nobody on.
Foul ball!
Foul ball. The 0-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Angels 1. Back in Anaheim, it's getting late, Singy. We came on the air talking about a possible sweep, but this one is all knotted up.
Counts the same in the standings, but this kind of game always feels like it's worth a little more, Boo. These teams are not backing down.
And there's one down. Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays.
Ball.
All tied up here in the top half of inning number 7. Trying to bunt his way on. And that's just foul. Check swing, but he went too far. That's strike 2. Swing and a ball popped in the air. That's out number 2. The second baseman, Leo Jimenez. Ripped on a line to center. But it's off the leather. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive and puts the go-ahead run on base.
Up next for the Blue
Back to the
Jays,
top of the order. Now it's the right fielder, George Springer. That
Ball
is upstairs for ball 1.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
The lefty ready and a 1-1.
Ball, no.
2 gone. The possible go-ahead run at first. Pitch
Ball
misses
3.
there. 3-1 now. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Angels 1. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jimmy Garcia. Travis d'Arnaud digs in. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
No. Outside.
Garcia, 35 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Close, but called a ball. Ball 2. Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Jorge Soler up at the plate. Line drive, that's a base hit into right field. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there. Way to lay off that pitch down.
Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Brendan Little, the lefty with big swing and miss stuff, is getting ready. Rogers getting loose as well. Here's a 1-1. High fly ball out to center field. Varsho in position. Takes it in for the out. Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Jimmy Garcia out of the game, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching for
New pitcher now for the Jays, Tyler Rogers.
Tyler Rogers.
Go ahead run on base. Nolan Shotwell, the next to hit. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Next offering is fouled back. Oh, 2 now. Good job to fight that one off. The Angels with the go-ahead run at first near the bottom of the 7th. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. So the Jays pen does its job nicely there. We look ahead to inning number 8, all tied 1-1.
Feeling like I can't lose. I've been running up the plate through the back door.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Angels.
back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Ben Joyce.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. This one popped up. Joyce under it. 1 away.
Up next for the Blue Jays, catcher Alejandro.
So up next for Toronto, Alejandro Kirk. And that one fouled off. Yeah, that's fouled off. Down the line, and it's foul.
Ball.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Don't see it more commonly in the sport these days, but man, a triple-digit fastball blown right by someone is still pretty awesome to witness. I mean, you got to be geared up and ready to swing it when a guy like this comes out of the bullpen, because that fastball, it eats, and if you're not ready, you're going to be walking back to the dugout.
Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays.
Ha! No.
2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the 8th.
Ball
Outside
2.
low, ball 2. Fouled off. He was late. And a swing and a miss. And that is that. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Angels 1. On to the bottom of the 8th. Going down for the Angels, Kyren Paris. Shortened the bunt and missed it, and it's 0-1. High chopper to third. On the run, sends it over to first. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Up next for the Angels, third baseman Christian Moore.
Go ahead run on base. Christian Moore digs in now. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Rogers keeping an eye on him.
No base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard, because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seemed to help. Never helped me.
1 away.
Up next for the Angels,
1 out man at first. And next for LA, Bryce Teodosio. 0 for 3 in this one. Rogers keeping him close. That one hammered, but pulled foul.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's going to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
Runner on the go. Cut on and miss. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Now a good opportunity to potentially jump ahead in this game here in the later innings.
Man at second. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Two on the way. Caught him looking for the K.
Big strikeout there as he works to strand that go-ahead run at second base, but job's not done yet. Got to get that last out before you can exhale and get back into the dugout. It's kind of tough to do with this whole crowd applying so much pressure.
Now, Zach Neto inside, and that's ball 1.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with this speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Man on second, 2 down. This one belted deep left field. On its way, gone. A 2-run homer, and they grab the lead in the 8th. It's 3-1.
What a moment for these fans. They're going nuts. A hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that, and right there he made him pay.
So 2 down. Now it's going to be Josh Lowe. 1 for 3. 2 down, nobody on. Fought off foul. Grounds one to short. And that's the inning. 2 runs on 1 hit, the 2-run homer. 9th inning coming up. Angels out in front, 3-1. Last chance coming up for the Blue Jays. On the mound, the closer, Robert Stevenson.
Well, he's the guy that Nick can turn to out of the pen to lock down a win. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
Fouled off left side.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position.
That one ripped right center field. And in one hops the wall. Throws to second. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
And next for Toronto, Davis Schneider. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. Gone. And we are tied.
This one feels far from over, Boone. Who knows how this game's going to play out now? Pitcher, the odds are in your favor if you keep that breaking ball down. That time he got punished for it. Hitter just did a really good job of staying within himself and getting the barrel to the baseball.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Jesus Sanchez getting ready to hit. Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame here at the top of the 9th.
No, that's the ball.
That one's in there. And a count 1-2. Sanchez wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. And the strike is overturned after review. So they've still got both their challenges. 2-1 now. Up the middle, into the outfield, base hit. And the go-ahead run is on base.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Robert Stevenson done for the day. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. So the Angels turn to their bullpen for a new pitcher, Kirby Yates. And now here is Andres Gimenez. Gimenez in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Quick toss to first. Straw back easily.
Base runner with a one-way lead right there. All he's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move. Had no intent of stealing on that pitch.
The go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out. Now quick throw to first. Straw gets back easily. And that's disengagement number 2. Just off the inside corner. Ball 1.
That's a really good take.
And now the count is even. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Strong aboard here at first with nobody out. Runner on the move.
No.
There's a ball. No throw, safe at second. And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position. In the air, left field, low, ranging after it. Tracks it down for the out. And there's one away. Stepping in, Leo Jimenez. Runner takes off the third. Pitch in for a strike. And that's a stolen base, not even close. And the go-ahead run is now only 90 feet away.
I'd say an aggressive roll of the dice there to steal third in this spot, but they felt good about it, and it worked out. Now the game plan changes a little bit at the plate to get that go-ahead run home. The defense might pull the infield in.
Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Definitely a strikeout situation right here. Lots of ways for that go-ahead run to score if the ball's put in play.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Oh, that's a huge strikeout right there. Big second out. Infield was in. They were playing the full court press, and he got the swing and miss. Keeps this one tied. This next at bat should be a lot of fun. The odds of wiggling out of this just went up considerably.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. George Springer next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and he popped it off. Peraza has a beat on it. And that's the third out. A rally in the top of the ninth, and we've got a whole new ball game. All tied up at 3 apiece. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth. Brendan Little. Travis d'Arnaud will come up to hit. Swing and a bouncer. Fires over to Guerrero. 1 out, bottom of the ninth.
Up next for the Angels. Designated
Jorge Soler will hit next. Check swing, no appeal. And that is ball 1. All tied up. We're in the last half of the ninth inning.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
Now a drive, that's a base hit. And now the winning run is on base.
There you go. Winning run is aboard with 1 down. Tried to get inside on him, but he was ready for it. Just kept his hands in and turned on the pitch. Quick bat through the zone.
Making a move at first. Here's the Angels pinch runner, Matthew Lugo. A little more speed on the base paths now as he's the potential winning run. Oswald Peraza, the next to hit for the Angels. Step off, throw to first.
He's in there, he's safe.
And he dives back in safely.
This is a good situation if you want to try to steal a base. 9-hitter, and you're about to turn this lineup over, so get a little momentum as you turn it over.
Flips the corner, and now it's even 1-1. The Halos with the winning run on at first in the last half of inning number 9. Runner takes off. This one chopped in the ground, but foul. And there's a fly ball deep right field. That one carrying. Gone. Ball game.
Hitting a walk-off homer is the kind of thing you dream about growing up. You're in the backyard, you're creating the most pressure-packed scenario, and what do? You come through with the big swing. Well, he was living a childhood moment right there. Nice swing in the back, nice win for the team.
A 5-3 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Sciambi. Talk to you soon.